Oh shit!
Package. Package.
It's only 2 minutes past 10. Oh, we got some delay. It's only 2 minutes past 10 and already the commie capitalist banter has started in the chat. We might have to split the Lobster Crew into 2 subdivisions, 2 splinter factions of the hardcore turbo lobster commies and the hardcore evil capitalist lobos.
Package. Package.
Mac Daddy's first time in the chat. Damn, this is a great record. This is called Bad Man Can't Dance by Saquon.
Package.
Lee's saying that the live chat's better than the actual broadcast. Yeah, just put the broadcast on mute, mate. Don't worry about it. It's just the usual old drivel. Blah, blah, sex robots. Blah, blah, commies. Blah, blah, vegans. Blah, blah, lobsters.
Package. Package. Package.
Yes, too much heat in one.
Package.
Damn right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 5 minutes past 10. 29th of January 2019, the year of our Lord. as it ever is, the year of our Lord, it's just sometimes, you know, I think about Jesus and I think, is he ever coming back? He went out for a pack of cigarettes, told me he'd be back. It's been almost 2,000 years, so I'm worried about him. Do you think he's okay? Oh, I don't know what happened to him. Anyway, if anyone can shed some light on that, please do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Threshold.fm. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job, a couple extra lobsters. That's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Sluggy. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail. The lobster patriarchy
has many of the top memes, many of the top memes, many of the top.
The lobster patriarchy
has many of the top memes.
And that is so true that it's almost unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on this fine winter UK morning. If anyone's listening from a hot part of the world, don't tell me. It's too cold here. I can't bear it. It's pretty bad. Actually, it's not as cold as it was yesterday. I do not need to clutch the radiator into my heaving breasts, my huge pendulous breasts. My tits are actually pretty warm, you know. I've got a sort of woolen jumper on, a little woolen number that I bought from a shop. I don't know if you've heard of shops. It's a little thing brought to us by capitalism. Hey, look, there's some good bits in the world today. The internet has not disappointed me for once. I spent the morning just looking at the old classics, you know, Goat's meat spin, One Man, One Jar, you know, all the classics and that, just to get myself in the mood, you know, remind me of a simpler time. But, look, I've got some good bits in here. Got this porn star who wants world's biggest bottom, sets up Satanic sex cult. I mean, what's not to love about setting up a Satanic sex cult, really? I mean, I personally can't think of a downside. But, you know, I'm sure someone can. There's a downside to everything, isn't it? Vegan activist docks dairy farmers because I guess they're sort of subhuman scum, aren't they? Blink 182 said he used witchcraft to Blink 182's Matt Skiba, not related to MC Skibaddy, but he says he used witchcraft to sabotage Fire Festival. These Instagram witches are out of control. Japanese man dated cockroach, ate it when died. Bird brain. Oh yeah, this is in another episode of Mainstream Media Thinks Memes Are Real. The Sun are reporting on the whole birds aren't real thing. I mean, I hate to break the fourth wall with that, but yeah. Sex robot news from Japan. The St. Paul's slapper. Get into him later. Woman with decent side hustle. We were supposed to cover that last week, but we'll get into it. Oh, and Kelsey Carter's done got Harry Styles tattooed on her face. Just as you do, mate. It's 2019. You got to make a name for yourself, haven't you? You got to make a statement. If you're going to do the whole social media thing, if you're going to be in this crazy mixed up world, you got to start making a statement. You got to separate yourself from the herd. And what better way to do that than with a good old big old tattoo of Harry Styles on your face? Let's just get into this one then. Kelsey Carter gets Harry Styles tattooed on her face, and it doesn't even look like him. No, it doesn't really. It looks more like who's that guy in the X Factor? He's from Brighton. Frankie Kokoza. It looks like Frankie Kokoza. Oh God, look! I'll see if I get it up on the whole. You know what's it? It's the page and that, isn't it? Let's see. Is that going to work? Come on, don't you be messing me around, please. Yeah? No? Yeah? No? Should we try it again? Try it from the bloody... Where are we? Window capture? Yeah? Thinking about it? A little bit? Maybe? Sorry about this. Bad radio. There it is. Woo! I would just like to say that mirror tab with porn written on it is actually about the porn star. I'm not just intermittently looking at the prawn. Oh, will you behave? Look, that'll do. Anyway, look, you can see this bloody tattoo. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm calling shenanigans on this. I don't think it's a real tattoo. There's no, so far, from what I can see, I've not seen a video of it being done. Yeah, there's a picture that looks like it's being done. She's wincing in a way that you might wince if you were trying to look like you were being tattooed. What I think's probably happened is that it's a clever bit of makeup, and it'll all come out as shenanigans. But if it's not shenanigans, pretty cool, I reckon. In fact, I'm thinking of getting one myself. It'd be nice to just have it just sort of hidden slightly under the beard, but you could just see his little beady eyes. His little beady eyes just poking out like as if he's hidden in a bush. Little Styles hiding in a bush, just quietly wanking and looking at you. Oh, Harry Styles, one day we'll be lovers. Hey, you never know. Right, let's get rid of this. It's too much for me now. Oh, it's almost a little bit hot in here. Right, look, come on. Got a few bits in here, actually. Got some nice bits. Bit by MD called Criminal. Another Mean Teeth bit. Nice. Another Gancher and Ruin bit. Chrissy Chris. Trex. Bop. Inai. Mephius. Glax. Hashtag. Oh, we played that yesterday. Don't know what the deal with that is. Look, let's play this Mean Teeth bit. It's off that Bring the Funk Back LP with the Naki artwork. It's called Face Splitter. Hello. I guess that's a sort of statement of intent, really, isn't it? It's good. I like it. I'd say there's Shoe Throw of the Week potential, definitely. I'd say it's got legs. This is a menace, this tune. I'm into it. I've got way too many things open to be attempting to do a bloody radio show. I'll tell you what. Save changes before closing? Yeah, probably. Good bloody lord. Much too much going on. Much too much in terms of shenanigans. In terms of Hooja Mafloob. See, has it all started lagging and stuff? Has it? What's going on here? Bit of lag? A bit laggy? I don't know. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Hey, look, right, what have we got else? What have we got else? Woman's body falls out of coffin during funeral after pallbearers fall on the top. That is exactly what they didn't want to happen. The long and the short of it is, as you can imagine, they're lowering the coffin into the grave, and one of the pallbearers accidentally slips, falls on top of the coffin lid opens, the woman inside starts falling out. All I'm saying is this is how I want to go out. This is the sort of shit I want. I want me to come tumbling out of the coffin. I want my trousers to come down. I want to have a rigor mortis boner. I want the full horrific package in front of my entire
package,
just falling out on display for all the mourners to see. And it's flopping everywhere. It's an absolute disaster. How did the trousers come off? This is ridiculous. Oh no, I mean, awful things happen. I mean, accidentally women are falling over and they're falling on top of me. Oh, and they can't get up. I've fallen on top of someone else. How is this even possible? It's like I've been reanimated like some sort of deranged zombie. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, maybe someone double drops the 9. This is the funeral I deserve. Please, if I perish before you, make sure this happens. However, if I do perish before my mother, I think perhaps no. Just standard funeral then, I think. I'm in my 80s. I've lived a rich life. I've done all the things I wanted to do. Me and Snips have done our round the world in 80 days hot air balloon sex marathon. Yeah, you heard. And all the things that I want to achieve with my life. Paint self-portrait, build a house. That's it, actually. They're probably quite achievable. Decent. Yeah, just make sure that I fall out of, start with open caskets, probably a good way to start. We don't really do that in the UK, but it seems to be more of an American thing. But yeah, open casket on some trestle legs that sort of hilariously collapse as someone's giving a sort of emotive speech. And that's when I fall out of the coffin and the trousers just sort of fly off. Like, what was going on? How did the trousers, were they attached by a string to something? Was there someone in the background pulling like a fishing line for the trousers to come off, and then the package just flopping out, and it's just anarchy. That's what I want. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much? I hope not. Got a bit confused there about this whole lagging thing. It looks like it's all right. Yeah, no, it's probably fine. Anyway, red panda on the run from Belfast Zoo has been found. It's on its way home. I like stories about animals going on the lam. I think that's a bit of fun. I don't know where he was going. Shall we find out? A red panda who went missing from Belfast Zoo has been found and is being returned home this morning. How far did he get? Officers in the Northern Ireland capital said that the animal went missing on Sunday and was believed to be currently taking in the sights of beautiful Glengormley. See? Glengormley. See, there you go. He's gone a little sightseeing mission. He's gone orienteering. Maybe he's trying to get his Duke of Edinburgh award. Maybe he's trying to get a new scout badge or something. Like, is he out there? Has he got a woggle on? What's it? Fucking bobber job week for red pandas. Could be, couldn't it? He's out helping old ladies across the road, tying knots in stuff that doesn't need a knot in. What else do scouts do? Bugger each other? I don't know. This morning, Belfast City Council confirmed that he had been located and is being returned to his home. The red panda is not aggressive, but may become defensive when concerned. He doesn't look hard. I reckon I could take him. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he's not big. Doesn't look anything like a panda either. Police asked you not to approach or attempt to capture the animal. During the hunt, police said, "Our curious friend has not yet learned the Green Cross Code. Christ, I don't know what's going on this morning. Our curious friend has not yet learned the Green Cross Code, so if motorists could be vigilant, please do not run him over face first." 2 panda cubs were born at the zoo in June last year, but have only started to venture outside towards the end of 2018. According to the International Union of the Conservation of Nature, the red panda is facing a very high risk of extinction. Oh, that's it. That's the end of the story. Anyway, looks cute. Looks like a decent lad. I mean, I'd like to have a night out with him. I think he'd be fun. I think he would be useful in terms of, I don't know, helping one pick up chicks. I think he'd be a good babe magnet. I think he'd be up for the sesh. He looks keen for it. He's sort of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed and all of that. I think he'd probably be the sort of one who's like, I haven't really got any. I mean, I'm up for coming out, but I've got no money. But because he's pretty cute and he's a laugh to hang out with, you're like, look, don't worry, I've got it this evening. Like, I'll get the bag in on that, and I'll pay for your drinks. Just, you know, it's just fun to hang out. Look, I know you work hard and you don't get paid very much. That's fine. That's just the nature of a zookeeper. They do it for the love of the job, don't they, rather than for the cash. You know, commies. But
communist detected.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun night out. You know, I'll get us on the guest list somewhere. We can go out, have a little bit of a boogie, get on the ching or something, and have a lot of fun. I think it'd be a good sesh buddy. You know, I'm just saying. Think it'd be good. Right, look, what else we got in here? We got this MD criminal bit. It's worth a pipe. Bevo Jump Off. Everyone seems to be pretty steadfast that that culprit remix of Demetrius is going to be shoe thrower of the week. Yeah, we'll see. Beefy powder gang. They're rival to the Lobster Crew, quite possibly.
They're not criminals. Because they haven't been caught yet.
Lobster.
man, this is Criminal by MD. Good slice of alt jump up. Alt jump up, a phrase receiving absolutely no traction in the scene. I think it's a genre, it's more of a genre than rollers. That said, DJ Gov did refer to rollers as a subgenre, so I guess that's a start. Dignity is the self-appointed arbiter of all things jump up. He knows what's what. Yes, Criminal by MD. It's a nice bit of gear. Right, come on, let's get into the important news of the day. Important news of the day. Porn star who wants world's biggest bottom sets up satanic sex cult.
Package.
Yes. Warning, sexual content. Decent. Argentinian adult movie actress Sabrina Sabrok has renounced daughters to carry out her quote-unquote mission. Hello. All right, this sounds like a bit of fun. The video that they have on here is exclusively of her bottom. It's enormous. It's wonderful. You know, I want to get to know it. You know, I want it in my life. But it is huge. I mean, it's gigantic. It's everything you imagine in someone who's a contender for the world's biggest bottom. Porn star who wants the world's biggest bum has claimed that she has regular chats with the devil and has reportedly set up her satanic cult. Decent, I want to join. Argentinian adult movie star Sabrina Sabrok started Sabrok Legion to teach others how to cast spells. She's a renegade Instagram witch. According to reports, the cult offers interested people the chance to make pacts with the devil. Cool. And Our Lady of Holy Death, as well as to learn how to cast love charms and speak with the dead. Cool, man. These are things that I have wanted to learn, actually. Like I said that my goals in life were just to paint a self-portrait and build a house. But actually, now that I think about it, learning to cast love spells and speak with the dead would be pretty cool. So, you know, I might head out there. The self-confessed goddess of death and witch of Satan. She's got it all going on. Told local media that she has something inside her that told her to start a satanic church. Hey, it's a good old way to get a social media following. Yeah, she's a canny looking lass. Where is she? There she is. What do you reckon? Yep, seems reasonable. I would undoubtedly join a satanic sex cult that was run by that human being right there. Sorry, I digress. The 42-year-old added, I was an atheist, but then I started doing things with Our Lady of Holy Death. Is this like the devil's wife, or is the devil female, or what's the deal here? I want to know more. I'm keen to know more. And it felt good, so I got into a cult, and later had the idea of a satanic church. What I think is fun about it is they're not beating around the bush about like the sort of term cult. Like, yes, a cult. Do you want to join? Yeah, start a cult. Because most of the time they're like, hey, no, it's not a cult, man. It's like, it's a groovy new religion. It's just a whole bunch of like-minded people, you know, gathering together to be free. You know, free of the shackles and the constraints of the bourgeoisie and the oppressive nature of capitalist society. I'm Nick Clegg. I'm going to work for Facebook. No, look. But no, she's just like, yeah, start a cult. Do you want in or what? I'll teach you how to talk to the dead. All right. Yeah, that... Really? Yeah. I like your bum. Thanks, it's huge, isn't it? Yeah, no, it is. It's massive. Then I set up the Sabrok Legion because voices told me to launch a black magic cult linked to Satanism and Saint Death. I'm going to be honest with you, I think it looks more like, because it looks like a cool social media page, and you might be able to make a pound note out of it. Porn star who aims to one day have the world's biggest bum said that she is able to see things in the supernatural realm and can communicate with far-off spirits. Pretty cool. She also claims to be able to parlay with Satan himself. And everything I do is because I made a pact with him. If you had the opportunity to make a pact with the devil, A, would you? B, what would it be? Like, I want all the lobsters. I want an infinite supply of guilt-free gear. No come down, pure, and unlimited supply. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? You know, hangover-free booze. To have your Wikipedia page say that you invented Jump Up. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And, oh yeah, I guess be able to communicate with far-off spirits and see things in the supernatural realm. Yeah, all right, makes sense. She also claims to be able to, claims to have a parlay with Satan himself, and everything to do is because she made a pact with him. I wonder if she went down to the crossroads at midnight with old Robert Johnson. Who knows? The adult entertainment actress added, I always do what he tells me because it always helps me with whatever I'm doing. Ah, lovely stuff. He's very misunderstood, the devil. He's actually just a cool dude. You know, he's just out there, just having a good time. Very misunderstood. I think he misinterpreted a lot. I think that's just the problem with clickbait media these days. And, it dates back as far as, prehistoric times. Really, he was the original, victim of the sort of clickbait, whatever the sort of medieval version of clickbait was at the time. I guess that would just be sort of spurious rumour. But actually, he's a pretty chill dude. So Brock said that she started her Legion because it's easier for her to do black things. And she wanted to offer anyone who wants to change their life the chance to think in a different way, contrary to what society dictates, and away from the oppressive nature of the bourgeoisie. Right, okay. She also claims to have renounced her daughters and family members to be able to carry out her mission. I suspect that they're probably just painfully embarrassed by her, and so are now ignoring her. Hey, look, she seems like a fun lass. She seems like a good times girl. Where's the good times girl jingle?
Good time girls, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Good time girls, won't you come out tonight? We dance by the light of the moon. Hey!
We'll dance by the shining light of Beelzebub himself as he opens his gigantic bumhole and all the luscious heavenly light pours out of it. All right, look, what else have we got? Woman who had 40 failed dates reveals that one of them shit himself. Cool. I've only got her word to go on it. No photographic evidence, no video evidence. In fact, no corroborating witness stories. So I will say take it with a pinch of salt. Reportedly, one woman has had the worst luck imaginable in her love life, going on 40 atrocious dates, one of which, turns out, resulted in her potential suitor shitting himself. This is Dominic Smithers of the Loud Bible. Natalie Palmer from Wales, who dubs herself the real-life Bridget Jones, says she joined Tinder and Plenty of Fish last year after a breakup, but soon realised just how hard the dating game is. Damn. Yep. She told The Sun, one guy turned up with a range of sex toys he wanted me to use. Presumptuous. Another wrote such explicit messages that I blocked him, but he created a fake profile under a different name and started up the messages again. Possibly worth informing the authorities about that one. And her next date, a sweet Christian guy, wasn't the one either after he lost it with Natalie at a soup kitchen that she volunteered at. She said, he started shouting at me. He said homeless people deserve to be on the streets and that I was only helping out for attention. I got him to drive me straight home. Game over. Doesn't sound very Christian of him. Maybe he's one of those sort of wacky Christians that believes that, like, disabled people did something wrong in a past life. Like, what was his name? Glenn Hoddle. But this was just the tip of the iceberg, as a series of failed dates soon followed, including a fireman who didn't know her name. Well, probably busy saving lives, you know. Guess my vote. A guy who jokingly threw her on the bed, cracking her head open. God. Again, she could just be making it up. Yet nothing tops Natalie's worst date experience, not by a long way. Hands down the worst jobs. This guy who pooped himself in a queue at McDonald's in that lake. We just come back from the Grove. We'd had a few drinks and that, a couple of milkshakes to compensate. And then we'd go on down the Mackie D's in that lake, get a couple of hamburgers. A couple of Big Mac hamburgers. We'd had a few and needed to soak up the booze in that lake. So we were in a queue, are we? When suddenly he goes bright red and tells us he shited himself in the lake. I started laughing at him, it only made it worse in that lake. And then the poo went everywhere. Wow. Looking back on her patchy love life, 23-year-old Natalie says it's almost impossible to vet out the weirdos. I'm afraid so. She said, I think online dating stops you vetting out the weirdos. The biggest shock was the number of men on these apps who turned out to be married or already seeing someone. I'm having the best dinner with this lad until our waiter recognised him and asked how his missus was. Busted. Another date brought his fiancée with him. It's, okay. Maybe you're getting into a polyamorous vampire threes-up. Could be. It's worth inquiring as to just like... By the way, I know we're going to the cinema tonight. This isn't to like try and lure me into some sort of vampiric three-way, is it? Oh, it is. All right, I'm afraid to say I'm out. Natalie has now ditched the dating apps in hope of finding someone the old-fashioned way. What's that, at church? Or, don't know, just an arranged marriage? Who knows? Best of luck to her, though, eh? Dominic Smithers of the Lad Bible, he's got a degree in French and history. He went on to gain an NCTJ journalism qualification. Since worked at the Manchester Evening News and the Macclesfield Express. That's cool. He kills kittens in the evenings for fun. That's not on. He's got 661 followers on Twitter, though, so, you know, it's not all bad, is it, Dominic Smithers? Oh, Lord of mercy. Right, what else we got? Let It Go by Easy. Let's do it. Death Disco in the chat. Nice job of murdering my accent, posh boy. My pleasure, truly. Taking my jumper off for you there, gratis. That one's free. Put your wallet away, but any more items of clothing you want removed, I'm afraid, will cost you actual money. Yeah, this is great. I like this a lot. Shooter of the week potential? Possible. No, it's possible.
Package. Package.
Big Benny Shepard in the chat. There is a Spotify playlist that has all the tunes of the show on. It's in the YouTube description. A few scrolls down. Hey, that's a good point. I'll put the fake TC album in there. Jay in the chat reminding me of my stage dive at Boomtown. I did slightly fear for my life. Damn, that's Let You Go by Easy. That is a fine bit of gear. Choice. Absolutely choice. Right, come on. Important news. Blink-182's Matt Skiba. Possibly related. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be related to Skibbity. Let's just assume he is. Blink-182 and MC Skibbity's brother, Matt Skiba, said he used witchcraft to sabotage Fire Festival. What a bastard. He should be held accountable for that. People lost loads of money. Like, that's not really on, is it? Like, seriously. Like, that was, you know, those poor kids that paid all that money. Those poor, innocent, rich millennial kids. Poor, my heart goes out to those Fire Festival attendees. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch, you know? And this scumbag from Blink-182, MC Skibbity's brother, used witchcraft. He used the energy of the devil, black magic, the dark arts,
Package.
He took heat from some sort of satanic
Package.
and used it against the poor, innocent Fire Festival attendees and promoters that were just trying to have a festival in the Bahamas on an island with a lot of influencers and a lot of impressionable young women. He says, I consider myself a pagan and a witch. You're an idiot, is what you are. I'm sorry, Blink-182 and MC Skibbity's brother, Matt Skiba. I consider myself a pagan and a witch. You look like a prick. Ah, bless him. With every inch of my energy, I wanted fire not to happen. Cool. Anyway, Vice reports. What may have previously seemed impossible has just happened. The story surrounding the disastrous Fire Festival in the Bahamas earlier this year just got even weirder. Blink-182 singer and guitarist and brother of MC Skibbity, Matt Skiba, said that he used witchcraft to prevent the luxury music festival from happening. Reports the NME. He said, I had a bad feeling about the event. I think he actually has the voice of the gorilla out of the Mighty Boosh. I had a bad feeling about the event. He said in an interview with the British publication, I consider myself a pagan and a witch. With every inch... No, that's Boggins from the Adam and Joe show. Same thing. With every inch of my energy, I wanted Fire Festival not to happen. I put all the electricity and energy in my body against the thing happening. Honestly, there was so much heat in my package that I thought it were gonna explode. Luckily, I took all the heat out of the package and sent it to the Fire Festival, cause they're a bunch of bastards. Wow. The band was supposed to play Fire Festival along with Disclosure, Migos, Major Lazer, and more, but pulled out last minute. Skiba previously said in an interview with TMZ that the band decided not to play because they were worried about the production quality of the festival's stage setup. And so you hexed them with some sort of black magic. Who do you think you are, Matt Skiba, singer and guitarist out of NME and brother of MC Skibbity? Today, he's telling a slightly different story about what happened. We pulled out for technical and logistical issues, and the rest of it crumbled to shit. Oh, sorry, I'll do the voice. We pulled out for technical and logistical issues, and the rest of it crumbled to shit. Because that's what it was. He said in an interview with the Enemy, it was bullshit. I used my witchy ways. That's it. I use my witchy ways and it seemed to work. I'll take responsibility and everyone can blame me. Oh, I'm glad he's taking responsibility. I'm all about people taking on responsibility. Earlier this month, Fire Festival co-founder Benny McFarland was arrested and charged with wire fraud. He and the other co-founder, Ja Rule, have also been hit with more than a dozen lawsuits from investors and festival guests since Fire Fest ended in total chaos. Wow, Matt Skiba. What a gap. We're pulled out for technical. It was bullshit. I used my witchy ways and it seemed to work. You know what, Matt? I think that thing was destined to fail without your witchy ways. Maybe they helped it along a little bit, but that was always destined to end in absolute catastrophe. Oh, God bless him. That's yeah, I love him. He's my hero. They're a nutty bunch, Blink-182, aren't they? Oh, Tom DeLonge as well. He's just out there in the stratosphere. Oh, bless him. Whew. Right, let's have another bit. Look, I'm going to play this Prolix bit from last year, Drop Bombs, great record. It's a Lad Bible story here. Arctic Snow Bomb, set to hit parts of the UK tomorrow. They keep coming up with new sort of clickbait ways to describe snowy weather. Thunder Snow was the one I saw the other day, whatever that is. Sounds terrifying. It's turbo hypersonic thunder snow.
I drop.
Damn. Yeah, naughty bit, this one. Someone on Facebook the other day suggested that we should do some Threshold socks as merch. I could do some that say, if you can read this, my shoes have been thrown.
Drop.
As ever, remember you can get this as a podcast. Just go to your podcast app of choice and search for Coffee and Memes. This shit will come right up. Not only that, you can listen to it on the Threshold iPhone app live. and the Android app, but the Android app's been a bit buggy since the last update, just FYI. Yeah, Drop Bombs by Prolix. Can't argue with that, really, can you? I mean, what are you going to say? Oh, yeah, shit tune. Well, it's not, is it? No. Well, why'd you say it then? Right. Okay, fine. Good. I'm glad. What else we got? Okay, woman makes $8,000 a year charging men to date her. It's a shrewd side hustle. Can't argue with that, can you? Single mum has revealed how she managed to make almost $8,000 last year by charging men to date her after finding her customer service wages were not enough to cover the cost of running at home and dealing with mounting debt. Sabrina Perez, 25, was worrying that she had her 4-year-old daughter. She was worrying they'd be evicted from their Boston home when a friend told her about a site called, and it's just a load of HTML code.
It's appalling. Get your act together.
Where affluent suitors bid generously for the chance to go on a first date with attractive singletons. Explaining she was initially nervous, yeah, no shit, about her new line of work. Sabrina says she has since made $10,000 since signing up a year ago. Also bagging various lavish gifts like designer clothes, perfume, jewellery and lobster-shaped butt plugs. Decent. But she admits others don't always understand how it works and has hit back at anyone who thinks it's like escorting, which is something the site specifically bans. Decent, really, isn't it? Because it's like, obviously as an escort, the whole part of the package is that you got to do the shagging. So if this is you just take the money and don't do the shagging, that's a pretty sweet deal, certainly for one side of the bargain. She said, people have a huge misconception about the sort of girls who use What's Your Price. I mean, I have deep concerns about the men who use it. But really, it's no different to dating in the real world, except you can make a pound note out of it. If you don't want to go out with someone, you don't have to. You don't owe these men anything, and most of them just want a companion. Bless them. If you do get someone interested in one thing, you just move along. So hold on a second. Are you just... What's the deal here? Is this some sort of companionship thing? Are you actually looking for a partner? Like, are you looking for someone to, you know, pay you money for a full-time position? What's the deal here? You don't owe these men anything. Yeah. I don't pick anybody I wouldn't date in the real world. So the way I see it, if you go out with them for free anyway, you might as well get a little financial help out of it. After her last relationship ended around 2 years ago, Sabrina worried she was attracting the wrong sort of men. So the men she's attracting now are the sort of men that pay for women to date them. Yeah, they seem like cool dudes. I'd either meet people through work or in bars when I went out, but I don't want someone who's just going to use me. I'm looking for someone mature who knows their mind and their goals. Cool. I want a proper connection and to find someone I can one day introduce to my daughter, as I am very protective of who she meets, and for some reason I have taken on the voice of a male feminist. A friend of Sabrina's then mentioned blah, 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 blah. Anyway, she's making a shrewd side hustle out of dating men for cash. God bless her. You know, as long as you're happy, healthy, and you're being safe, and you know, you're not selling people a lie. Best of luck to you.
Get your act together.
No, that's not the right one.
Package.
That's more like it. Yep. You wouldn't be able to do this under communism. That's all I'm saying. You would not be out there dating people for cash under a communist dictatorship. Just putting that out there. Just laying that one on the table.
I just walk in, play like the sickest sets. People just go nuts.
Right. Yeah. Decent. Okay, look, to play us out, Trex, Smokehouse. Probably fine, I would imagine. Quite a lot of the old alt jump up today. Absolutely fine by me. So look, I'm going to get a run of these bad boys done in the next couple of days. If you want one, go to the Lobster Crew Facebook group, Threshold Lobster Crew. If you're not already a member, you should be. There's a link in the YouTube description. And there'll be a post. I'll pin it to the top. Stick your size in so I can make sure that I order roughly the right quantity of sizes. The Lobster Death Cult black metal t-shirt, an essential fashion item for this year's spring-summer collection. Dominate your social hierarchy with one of these bad boys. Yeah. Assert your dominance in your social group. Assert dominance against your stepfather. Just get it done. Alright. That's Smokehouse by Trex on the Dreamers recording. Lovely bit of gear. Look, just leaves me time to shout out the VIP list. A fine bunch of humans and lobsters alike that are supporting Threshold and Coffee and Memes on Patreon. If you want your name on this list, shout it out at the end of every show. You can go to our Patreon page by either going to support the station on threshold.fm, or there is a link in the YouTube description. And if you support for $10 a month or more, get your name on this list read out at the end of every show, and you will join the ranks of Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glaser, James Parry, Dave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, a guy with no STDs, and Justin Mercer. Ooh, what a fine bunch of lobsters. I love you all very dearly. I love all of you, even those that just were along for the ride. If you ain't a cash, don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. Just tune in, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Just just come along for the ride. I'll have more of these lobsters, more of this coffee, more of those memes tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Should, in theory, have MCID on later. That'll be on YouTube and on Threshold. But Until then, I will leave you to be decent, honest, God-fearing folk and go about your business in an orderly and generally responsible fashion, and try not to be too much of an arse. I'm doing my best. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm more of an arse than I wish I was. It's just life though, man, isn't it? It's just life. I'm going to go and lift heavy things in the gym now, and hopefully I'll be able to, in some way, get over the horrors of reality. One must pick up their cross and bear it. Anyway, look, I love you all. Join the Lobster Crew Facebook group if you're into memes, silly news stories and arguments about communism. And until tomorrow, I love you all. I'll see you then. Bye.